my name's Alien. Welcome back to Driftopia, the podcast. Today's guest is Talus and local legend, Kootenay legend, Nato. Today I'm going to interview him and learn all about him, and he knows a lot more than I do about the Kootenays, and I'm really stoked to have him here.
Stoked to be here.
If you can like and subscribe as well, that would help us out a lot on the channel. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Vancouver Island, Victoria. Oh, look, she's out right away.
But
we got the intro.
That's all that mattered,
That's
right?
That's good. So I just wanted to intro with my dog and sunglasses.
Makes sense, right?
Totally.
Cheers.
Alien, thanks for having me.
No problem, man.
Yeah, I'm from Vancouver Island originally. I grew up in Victoria, neighborhood called Fernwood. It's just outside of downtown Victoria. My folks, Bill and Jonesy, still live in the house that I grew up since I think we moved there when I was 2 or 1.5, and they're still there, all cute and in love and stuff.
That's a sweet. Your mom's name is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Jonesy. Yeah. Joanne, but everyone calls her Jonesy.
Whatever. So
we used to call her Joni Jones, girl reporter. Back in the in the day, she was like, she's a very literature buff, bookworm. Grew up in Kitsilano at a bookstore. Actually, her parents owned a bookstore, so she's like, my mom could recite the Bible word to word, but she's an atheist. Whoa. Kept her last name Murray. Is a certified badass.
Nice.
Yeah, Jonesy.
Sweet. Yeah. When did you move to the Kootenays, and how long have you been here for?
Okay, this is a great question because I have like a really good answer to it too. I moved to the Kootenays on October 25th, 1999, around 9 p.m.
What are you, Rain Man?
So my birthday is October 24th. Me and my buddy Andrew Naismith saw Public Enemy on my birthday at Plaza of Nations.
Oh, that's awesome.
October 24th, and then we moved here the day after, so it was October 25th. And 1999. I say 9 p.m. because we probably got a later start.
Oh, for sure.
Noon, 1.
So there was no plan. It was just like, hey, let's fucking move to the Kootenays.
Yeah, my buddy Andrew had been here for a year before. I just kind of got into snowboarding up in Mount Washington a couple of years before with my buddy Andrew. And he moved to the Kootenays and was telling me about this epic spot, Whitewater, and just the scene in the Kootenays.
Sweet.
So yeah, I was like, hell yeah, let's give it a whirl.
What's your favorite thing about living in the Kootenays?
Favorite thing about living in the Kootenays? Holy shit!
I mean, you can say more than one, but
yeah, there's definitely several.
I'm
gonna just say the dogs.
Because it's like, when you go to like a house party or an outdoor party, there's always more dogs than people.
Oh yeah, like I've been to so many Kootenay parties and potlucks or hangouts or dinner where like the dogs actually outnumber the people. Yeah. And it's so rad. It's awesome.
That's sweet.
The dogs are great. Like I always say the dogs have a really, really good life out here in the Kootenays. Especially like rural action, not in town. The cats, that's another story. Cats got it tough out here. I've had a couple tough breaks with cats for sure. In my mind, my cat Rosa is living up in these bluffs
staring down at you
with the cougars, and they took her in as one of their own.
But
probably she got mauled by coyotes.
Like Jungle Book.
That's probably what actually happened.
It's okay, buddy. Yeah. she's still here with us.
She's out there.
You love playing vinyl, and I've been to some of your shows, and you've played at Driftopia events many times. When did you get into collecting records, and what got you stoked and started playing live shows?
Yeah, that's awesome. It's actually with the Bowl Bash. So we've been putting on this event for our buddy Josh, who passed away. It was a huge catalyst of Alien moving out of here too. And we put on this rad event up in Slocan City for, we're on like 13 years or something. We missed a couple during COVID, but our good homie Scott Arkwell, Vinyl Richie, he would come out from Vancouver. He's like the skaters DJ in the band.
Yeah, he's a legend, man.
Yeah, amazing dude. And my buddy Lauren B, would always play, as well as
Diggs.
Yeah,
he's played here lots too with you.
Totally,
at the same time.
and as well as Diggs, you know. But then there's a couple times where it was like Scotty wasn't there and Lauren wasn't there, and it was Diggs, and I was like, oh my god, like you're gonna be playing for like 10 hours straight or something, and I'm like, maybe I should just try. Just try
well, like,
to get
did you? And
too.
you learned some stuff by watching them.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
Sure.
Yeah, totally. And then the more I did it, the more I just like enjoyed it so much, and it's just fun. It's like, it doesn't have to be like, I don't know. I'm not like in front of 500 people trying to make a dance kind of DJ. I'm like more at the corner of the bar playing CCR and ordering another PBR.
Oh no, for sure. Like but like some of the places in you've played, the shows I've seen in Nelson, Red Light Ramen. Beauty's Pizza is like you're saying you're actually playing on the 20th.
Oh, the 20th, yeah, for sure. Yeah, those guys are awesome, man. Beauty's is so rad. It's just like, it's a cool scene there. It's a scene that Nelson needed, I think, for a long time. It's just like, and this is a compliment, Jack and crew. It's a sick dive bar, you know. And it's like you can just go and order a PBR and hang out and grab a slice, and it's no big thing, you know.
No pressure.
And it's a cool scene there. You can just set up right at the bar and hang with your buddies. And if somebody comes in and you need to take a pee, you just grab your buddy and you say, play the next record, dude. It's right over there.
That's amazing. So they actually have a record player that just sits there, you mean?
No, I bring that.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
I bring my record.
Oh, you're saying if you got to go pee. You're like,
yeah, exactly. And there's a friend there.
Okay.
Like, the record's right there.
Here, just put it on.
Totally.
I tried to be a DJ once.
Like,
it was fucking
these
insane.
are some tunes I like.
What's your favorite vinyl you have? Like, I have like a far out traveling band. It's a Japanese band from the 70s.
Black Sabbath Volume 4.
You have that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's probably one of my favorite albums of all time.
It's
a fucking great album. Like, back to forth. It's just like, that's
over and over. You can listen to it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is a wild one. I don't know if you've done it since, but you also got into stand-up comedy. What got you stoked to try that out?
Yeah, I know this kind of reminded me of it too, because it's that same anxiety of being like in front of people on a mic and just like, oh my god, yeah, that was a crazy idea. I don't know why.
You're like, I think it was okay once.
Yeah, probably. I think it's one of those like bucket list things. Kind
okay,
of,
that's cool.
Where it was like,
just gotta do it once.
Well, I don't know. If it strikes me again, maybe I'll do it. And it did. It worked quite well. It's funny again. It's like all these things like go back to the Bull Bash. Like that's where I started DJing. And then last year at the Bull Bash, I was on the mic and I'm just like making fun of kids the whole time.
Yeah, you were. But it worked. Everyone loved it.
In a good way. I love all those little fuckers, you know?
That's why you do what you do for them, right?
Yeah, I love those kids, for sure. And then afterwards, I was like, wow, maybe I could like put something together about making fun of kids. And so I made a whole set.
Can you tell us what's your favorite joke out of that set?
Well, that's the thing. Well, it's funny when people started like doing their own sets. It was like I thought I fucked up a lot because like people were just like, here's a joke, and here's a punchline. Here's a joke, here's a punchline. Here's a joke, and here's a punchline.
Yeah.
And then my thing was just like rambling stories.
Yeah, but that's how I would tell it. That's how I would tell it.
Would like make people laugh, you know.
That's how I tell it.
I think my favorite one though was just making fun of the Kootenay names because there's so many funny like Kootenay kid names.
The craziest one I ever heard was Audio Science.
That's sick.
And I think it was
dope.
It was the kid was from the Valley. Obviously.
Yeah, dope. And he's gonna be like a good techno DJ and producer at one point.
Or a scientist. Like what?
No. He's into drugs and techno.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Shamble off for the first 10 years.
I'm just kidding. Totally. Scientist.
What job do you do in the winter months, and how'd you get into that?
Yeah, totally. That's it's a new thing for me in the last. It's been 5, 6 seasons now. I've been doing the guiding thing in the Kootenays, which is amazing. I started at it was actually a very natural progression to, I started at a spot called Ice Creek Lodge.
Yeah.
A really good friend of mine, Russell.
Yeah.
You know his son, Benson.
Oh, yeah.
He's always
been here. Yeah. He's such a good skateboarder.
Yeah, so Russell and Courtney, Benson and Emma, amazing family. Lemon Creek, they live, and he started this lodge from the ground up, and it's a ski touring lodge. I started there as a friend and a client, I guess you could say, like going up there and being like guided in those mountains, and then started getting in as a hut custodian, which is just like you got to get your first aid in case something happens.
From the bare bones, you've started from the very bottom.
Totally. Like first starting off as a friend and a client, and then starting out as a hut custodian, and then like the more I did it and the more I worked through it, I was like, wow, I actually like this a lot.
Sweet.
And I want to start like guiding people in the mountains.
Yeah.
And started to get my certifications to do that through the CSGA and the CAA, and then since then I've been working at Ice Creek and Baldface and Retallick, and it's like
you're getting paid to do what you love.
It's pretty amazing, man.
And it's people that come, they're just like blown away probably from
the
scenes,
they're
right?
They're like everyone's actually on their like lifelong like best trip ever, And it's like some people for sure are just like, oh yeah, we do this every year and bang, 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 we got the cash. But then you like actually see some people who are like, man, I've been saving up for this forever.
Like, and
this
not
is like
the rich
my life dream to be in these
cool.
backcountry mountains in southern Selkirk's in the southern interior.
That's amazing.
BC. And you can be out there with them, and
you're the guide.
And it's like it's pretty cool, man. And it's funny. It's as much as it is like a pretty intense job, and you got to be like on it with snowboarding. It's actually just about people, dude. Like you're just hanging out with people, and you got to get along with people.
Well, then
it's like if you like you're spending tons of time with people. And it's like if you're a dick the whole time.
Well, you can't be a dick of a person if you're dealing with, even if they're dicks, you still have to be fucking cool.
Totally. Kill them with kindness, buddy.
What was the one you told me where you played a slapping game?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
This is a pretty crazy story.
The slapping game, yeah. These guys are hilarious. They're all
We don't say any names.
No, that's cool. They're all from, like, the Bay Area. They're, like, big, like, money tech people. And anyway,
Silicon Valley.
And I call it a lot, especially when you get a bunch of dudes together.
Testosterone party.
It's like dudes duding.
Yeah. And aren't you guys in a small, like, how big's the lodge?
Yeah, it's
how many square feet?
I'm bad with the square feet thing. It can hold 12 people.
Like this is 2,200 square feet at the top.
Oh yeah, it's half this.
Jesus.
Sure. Half
with
this.
12 people?
Yeah, but then we have our own zone that we can go to. We have our guide shack that we live in.
Okay.
Yeah, but so these dudes duding with big money. A lot of these guys like big money. Like one of them now lives in this like tax haven in Switzerland. I forget where it is exactly, but anyway. So here's their game. They have these special die at any point, and then you just throw out someone's name. You're like, alien! And then you throw a die, and then right away, so that first roll is for slapper or a slappee. So I roll to you, alien. I roll a 2. Not looking good for me.
3 dice or 1 dice?
Just 1 die.
Whoa.
So I roll a 2 to you. You're laughing because you're like 2. You pick up, die, boom. You roll a 4.
So you got to beat the person to slap.
So no, the first roll is just for slapper and slappee. So slapper has been negotiated. You beat my 2.
Yeah.
I'm the slappee.
Yeah.
Now the slappee has to roll for velocity. 1 being 6 being
like the amount you go
the full tilt.
What?
So I rolled 2, you rolled 4. Now I roll for velocity. Fuck, it's a 5. So you have to go full tilt minus.
But aren't you hitting him if you rolled a 5?
No. So okay, first roll is for slapper.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. So I rolled a 2. You beat my 2 with a 4. That's done and over. I'm the slappee. You're the slapper.
Oh God.
Now the slappee.
So you can make it worse for yourself.
Has to roll for velocity.
Oh my fucking
1 through
God.
6.
That's insane.
Dudes duding.
And then so in the end you got smoked and.
Oh man, I got smoked. Yeah, this guy. His name's anyway.
Okay, yeah.
He lives in that tax haven in like it's not Switzerland.
So it's not just all walking and seeing mountainous terrain. There's extra things added to your job title. God.
Oh, 100%. And it's like when it is really, really good, it's really, really good. But also, it's like shit can hit the fan really quickly.
Well, and you got to be on the ball all the time because you're fucking. It's everyone's lives. Right?
I mean, yeah, that's our main objective is to not kill anyone.
For sure, or yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been a skateboarder?
I got into skateboarding a little later in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was like after high school that I really. Well, that's when I say I really got into skateboarding. Was after.
Like, when's the first time you remember pushing?
Ooh, first time I remember pushing?
That's kind of what I say.
That's like, fuck. That was like, I was 12.
Yeah, that's how old I was. Yeah.
Yeah. 12.
And I wasn't saying like fucking doing tricks and shit. To me, when somebody starts skating, you start pushing.
Yeah.
That's how I count it, you
nice
know?
One. Yeah, totally. For sure. Yeah. I was like 12. I had a board. Actually, yeah, that's a good call. My Nana, R.I.P. Yvonne, my mom's mom.
You guys all have the best names, by the way.
She took us on a couple rad trips. She took me and my brother and my cousin to Anaheim to Disneyland when I was 11.
Fuck, we might have gone at the same time.
Got us this little seedy motel just outside of Disneyland somewhere. We were there for like a week. And I remember my brother, he's 2 years older than me. He was on this mission to go get us skateboards. And
because you're in the zone.
Like, we're in the zone, but it was classic too. We went to the mall and we just got the full like mall.
And so it was like the bearings that didn't move.
Firefly.
Oh yeah.
Is the name of the board. It was Firefly.
The bearings don't work.
Oh yeah, the bearings.
The wheels
don't
are
work.
just plastic.
Plastic wheels. With the big
was it the old school board though?
It was like it was old school board.
And you probably had the big plastic thing on the bottom of the tail.
The big bubble tail with the brails and everything.
That was fucking
Firefly,
sweet.
and it was just like a cardboard board. So that was like my first board. That was the first pushing for sure. But then, and then it was funny we were talking about this earlier, and I was like, how am I going to back up Hollywood here at all? But then I just realized that we have a whole dancing thing in common. Hollywood.
You're right there. You see me.
Ballet.
Yeah, this guy went all the way to ballet school. Yeah, you were Michael Jackson, but holy fuck, this guy can pirouette like a motherfucker. Or what was the other word? Where you're...
It's a plie.
Plie, sorry. Plie. He'll know that too, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course he will. Yeah. No, I was sorry to backtrack a bit, but it was like dancing first, same. And then skateboarding afterwards. I got a scholarship for the National Ballet School of Canada when I was in grade 7, and I went there. And I lasted almost a year there, almost a whole year.
So this is when you were living on the island, and you went all the way to there to do the classes.
Yeah, totally. So you stayed there was a dorm there. So yeah, I'm an October guy. So grade 7, I was like 11. It's like you live at the guy's dorm. There's a lot of girls in Valley.
I was going to say, how many dudes was there, really?
There's a lot of girls in Valley.
I knew you were going to You're like, yeah, I'll go to that. Yeah, sure.
But it was intense, man. They're like grooming you for the program or for the company, you know?
Right.
So it was like, get up, have breakfast, go to ballet class, which every ballet class they had a grand pianist and a grand piano and like a pianist.
So there's a guy playing piano the whole fucking time?
Person playing piano. That's
crazy.
And the instructor, and then you do a full-on rigorous ballet class, and then a school class, and then another ballet class, and then lunch, another ballet class.
Was the instructor female?
For the most part, yep. I think there was maybe one.
And then at the very end, was there like a podium that came out and watched you and judged you all, or was it like...
No. This is just like classes. This is just like, it was like fucking...
Because you're paying already to be there.
Well, that was the thing. It's like my parents couldn't afford that shit at all. It's like I was into breakdancing when I was super young.
Well, yeah.
I was actually like, here's a good stat. I was in a breakdance crew in 1984.
What? Is there any
That'll
footage?
date me.
Is there any footage of that?
Oh yeah, I got some photos of that shit.
Okay, dope. You gotta.
I was the young guy. I was the young kid, and so and I had a pretty good backspin. So the older kids like brought me in. Junior Wave.
And you had that
was my b-boy name.
I remember the pad in the 90s. Junior Wave.
Junior Wave, yeah.
Wow. Is there like a pad you guys brought out and that's what you'd spin on? Because I remember in White
check
Rock,
this out. Like,
there was like these
now,
little tiny
like
things.
now down at you've been to Victoria, obviously.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Empress Hotel and the Parliament buildings. And there's that whole like stretch. It's called the like Causeway or Promenade or whatever. Now it's definitely like you gotta book and be an actual like busker down there. But like early mid '80s, it was just
that's
like,
where you were breakdancing.
So like, well, yeah, and those guys brought me in because and thinking back on it now, I'm like, oh, okay, I was just a like.
What was the crew name? Do you think there's anything on YouTube we could find?
No, I don't think you do YouTube. Fuck, what was the crew name?
Did anybody
We had
film?
a crew name though for sure because we went to there was actually a contest. It was called Breakdance '84. We went to the
Okay, we could probably try to look that up.
Yeah, for sure. And we made it to the semifinals. So like New York City Breakers.
So it's like the Slam City Jam of.
It was at the Slam City Jam zone.
Same area.
Yeah, it was at the It was at the Pacific Coliseum.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. But anyway, we used to like go down to the breakwater down there and pull out the linoleum and the boombox and like do our thing and then pass the hat around, and I would just like, because there's only 6 or 7 of us, we just make like bank, dude. Like I was like,
just by break. What'd you call it? What's your nickname again?
Junior Wave.
Junior Wave.
My parents were hippies and they weren't in McDonald's at all, and I would just get loaded up with $2 bills and
you
quarters.
just be like, where are you getting all your fucking hamburger?
I like straight to McDonald's, buy like 10 cheeseburgers, roll into the house with like pockets full of change, and like cheeseburgers. And it was like, what the fuck is going on?
Who'd you rob?
Junior Wave.
Jesus, cheers to Junior Wave. That's unbelievable. See, I never even knew that to this fucking second.
So the ballet thing came afterwards.
Fuck, you've lived a life that I had no idea about. Hollywood's gonna be very jealous, just to tell you for sure. I think it was last year or the year before you got to meet Steve-O. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah, I know, that was fucking hilarious. Well, it was Moncaster, dude. Moncaster that built your peanut ball over here.
Sweet.
And it was funny too. I was just like, I think I was in the process of or trying to go to bed. I think I was working in carpentry crew at that time too. It was like a Friday night. I'm like, doing a few things around the house, and then
so it's going into the weekend.
And he just like, he texted me. He's like, dude, I'm picking you up at 4 tomorrow. And I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Like 4 in the morning?
Like, what do you mean? I'm like, no. He's like, no. He's like, I'm gonna, and you're gonna. I know. Then I was just like, actually, it's good to like take heed to that kind of shit because it's like, you know.
But did he say any names? Or
no.
That's awesome. That's sweet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which was, and it's good to take heed to that kind of shit because like you're doing rad shit, he's doing rad shit, our buddies are doing rad shit. Like
you just do it. You just go for it.
When people are like that set on something,
for sure.
They're like, I'm gonna, and I'm like, oh, okay then.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll be up. He's like, but you gotta be up and good. And then it's like him and Dave Price picked me up, and I had a coffee to go, and they're driving. They're like, Steve wants us to build a ramp
while you're in the car,
and it's like, I'm like, okay, that's cool. They're like, what, like a mini ramp? They're like, no, he's got one U-Haul and another U-Haul, and he wants to like ollie from one to the other, and then set up this thing while they're rolling
while
forward.
It's moving, while the truck's moving?
Yeah, while it's moving. And I was just like, I'm like, boss, I'm down. You just tell me where to put the screws in, because
yeah. You're like, I don't know what's happening.
I
don't want to be in charge of Steve-O eating shit.
Exactly.
Holy fuck!
But
man.
it was crazy though. We pulled it off.
And that was in Kelowna.
I was in Kelowna. Yeah, he was doing some tour for like, I don't know what it was. It was like the pieces that didn't get into Jackass or something.
But was it ever posted online or anything? You think?
Well, okay, so the thing was
it his own show or something?
Yeah, it was him and who was the Wee Man? It was Wee Man, right?
Yeah.
That was part of the Jackass?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was him and Wee Man apparently had this, like, contest, like, one-up each other skateboarding trick style, you know? And, like, their style, too, right? So it's like dress
Wee
up.
Man's fucking awesome too. Like.
Yeah, totally. But it's like Jackass style, like dress up in a cape and do something off a moving U-Haul or like.
That's pretty insane.
Like, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. I still have the footage of it. It was crazy, dude.
So you have footage that we can put in here too.
Oh yeah.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah, I got footage. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And was he cool? Like it was. Super
he was pretty cool. He's sober though. Nobody likes a quitter, dude.
Cheers, Nato. Jesus. Next question. When did you? I've been excited to ask you this one. When did you first meet Josh Evin and Eugene? Did you meet them at the same time, or was it like Josh first or Eugene?
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was definitely Josh first, and then Eugene. I knew both of those guys, and knew of them, of course. They're like amazing.
So were they already like when you? Yeah, that's kind of like when did you first move here and meet them too? Like when?
Yeah.
So
for sure. So like Josh, when me and Josh became super tight, I was dating this girl named Brooke, and Josh was dating this girl named Anna, and they were really close friends.
Okay. And
we would always hang out at Anna's place.
Yeah.
In Nelson, and the Fellers, and we became like quite good friends right away. Obviously through skateboarding, but just because he was fucking amazing dude, you know.
Sweet.
So good. Eugene, I met him, really got to know him a little bit later as he moved out here. But I still have one of the best memories of Eugene ever, and it's like I don't even remember those old Slam City jams where they first started doing it.
Plastic Nations with that shitty.
Yeah, there was those ones. But then when they moved it over to the Pacific Coliseum and Hastings had just been kind of built.
Oh yeah.
It was like 2 years later after Hastings-ish maybe. And they would do these like
the bowl thing.
Renee.
Yeah, with Dander
like
Hobo
throwing
and
out fucking cash.
Yeah.
And then they did this like last person standing thing where everyone dropped in the bowl at the same time.
Like everybody though.
And then
Eugene was last.
Oh, dude, it was Eugene and this one other dude, and I forget who it was. And then he made them both go into the deep end at the same time, and then
just battle.
And I still have that thought in my mind of Eugene forever. He was wearing this sick like pearlescent button cowboy shirt.
Why did Josh and Eugene have like the best thrift store finds?
Oh, I know.
I think he stole all their clothes from women or something or whatever.
Dude, it was. Yeah, they were like thrift store like gods for sure, dude.
Okay, it's kind of the same question, but
I'm gonna crack open this tasty PBR. Ooh.
We're not sponsored by them yet.
No, we're looking for a sponsorship. Would be great.
What was it like growing up with Josh, like while he was skating, like that skating aspect?
Oh yeah, man. Oh, dude. Yeah, when I first moved here, and it's funny because like I moved here for the mountains and for snowboarding, but then it was just amazing how like much I got into skating when I was here, and that was like a huge part of like Josh.
Did he get you more stoked?
And like the whole scene that was going on there.
Indoor Nelson Park, you mean?
And like Siggity too, and just like that whole scene that was going on in the garage back in those like I don't know, I guess mid 2000 era. That was just like so fun, man. It was like we would go down there every weekend, every weekday night for a couple hours, and everyone was just like charted. It was such a cool, janky, hard to skate, but like bigger transition, fun thing. And like,
what was like?
I don't even know what was the question again?
What like this one kind of goes into the next one. What's the gnarliest trick you've seen Josh do in person? It doesn't have to be. It could be anywhere.
I know,
like,
right?
But in the Kootenays, it's you know what I mean.
Oh man, I've seen a couple gnarly ones, and I'm gonna go with this crazy obscure one. But like, I've seen like a lot of gnarly ones, and I just want to say too that like, in those skate parks that grew or were built when Josh was still alive. I think every skate park in the interior in Vancouver had the gap that Josh did.
Oh no! Like when I go on tour with him, he was always like, he'd go like this when we get out of the van. He'd be like, "Yeah, okay, put fucking hair over that one."
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "I can get the most
had the Josh gap."
Yeah,
everyone had and they still have that in Slocan. They like all the cheddar wedge thing into the pocket. With
You love quarter and bank in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, totally.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like those one, and it was so fun to watch him like crush it on that like World Cup circuit for a while when it was Taylor. It was
Remember the Australian?
Like it all like hit this perfect time because it was just like he was at his peak. And then that was exactly what those street courses.
Remember the globe contest?
Yeah,
with the Red Rams?
It was like big transfers to fucking
and he was laughing. He was like,
"Dude, I got all this.
I'm just gonna win."
I was just like big, like cap out to like rail, like he had it all, and that was just like so cool to like see and be a part of, and like yeah. But the gnarliest thing forever that I've seen Josh do and will do, I think, and it's very obscure, but if you go down to it's 7th Street, the elementary school in Castle.
Over that fucking fence?
Over the fence.
The 180?
Over the fence.
Yeah, it's
well, he
horrendous.
just tried to fucking straight ollie at first and got hung and just...
Did he sack?
Oh, no, he... Like, I
straight
have
to the
never
ground.
eaten... I've never seen anyone eat
like,
more
just
shit.
straight to the ground.
Like, just like... And his like board hung
because he thought he had it,
and it was like made for great footage because his board was hung up there, and he just ate shit. But then he went back the week after and he just did it, and it was
the 180, right?
He might, yeah. Did he 180 it?
Yeah,
too?
we can post that footage too. That's fucking.
He probably
the
180
footage.
too.
It's hard to tell, but that's.
But
gnarly.
you know what I'm talking about? That run up and then over the fucking like chain link rail.
Full 90.
It's not.
And then you have no space to carve in, and then the fucking fence is like way over hip high.
Dude,
it didn't even
it's
go.
It's like a fucking big chain link fence. It's
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, so that one always stands in my or sits in my head for sure.
I love the fact that somehow he found speed in places that you couldn't find it.
Yeah, I think about that all the time too, man. It's just like he had this like little pump, you know. He had that back.
When it was very lanky, but the fucking power that came out of when he was pushing around the corners, was insane.
Amazing.
Do you? Okay. What do you really miss about Josh not being here with us anymore?
Yeah, I would have loved. I mean, just like. It's cool to see what people go through and what they are now. And I would so love to see what Josh would be like right now.
Like after going through everything?
He'd be like...
Do you think it'd be mellower?
Hell yeah. I mean, everyone goes through like haywire. And
yeah, life's gnarly.
And it's poetic that he died at 29, you know, and just like live fast, die young, and that's punk rock and it's badass. But it's like I would love to see
him as an old man.
Well, not an old man. It's like we're not old men.
No. I mean,
we're
like
older
that,
people.
Yeah.
It's like, where's your thing? You're young.
Young, forever young.
Forever
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like not that, but I would just I'd love to see how like time treated Josh because it would be like it'd be pleasant.
That's a cool answer.
It'd be pleasant to see, man. I bet you'd be really good at it. You know.
I just miss him really being barefoot and wearing blouses. Like when we go to a bar, I'd be like, "Hey, I'll meet you at the bar when we're on tour," and he's like, he shows up in like this pink blouse that he probably stole from some chick the night before, and I'm like, "What the hell are you wearing?"
That's kind of the first I remember of Alien. Actually, like me and you first meeting. I think it was
because Josh probably gave it to me.
It was a bunny.
Oh, bunny costume.
It was a bunny outfit.
Was it when I was wearing it at the St. Leon's?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. But I remember a bunny outfit. I remember a bunny outfit.
Oh, no, it was on...
It was those Black Russian tees.
Yeah. And I was on the dance floor in Nelson, and some girl came up to me, and she was like... Well, we didn't say anything, and I was dressed as a bunny, and she was dressed as a fucking... right. As a dinosaur.
Yeah, right.
And we didn't say anything, and we just grabbed each other on the dance floor, and then I remember...
Started making out.
Yeah, we made out. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy.
And I remember you were making out on the dance floor.
Yeah, okay.
Bunny and a dino. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Do you know why Josh loved to be barefoot all the time?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. I think it has to do with his Dukabar heritage. That's my go-to.
I think he's like quarter caveman. Just
yeah,
didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck. He was just as good with the bare feet. but also it's like I think it has to do with the Doukhobor heritage of the like getting into the ground, and it's like
grounding.
You look back and it's like they were like, hey, you're gonna take our children? I'll burn all of my shit and I'll be naked as fuck. What can you do, government?
I think we should post a picture of, like the famous photo of the girl in her garden and the house is on fire.
Yeah,
like we'll put it right about there because it's an insane photo.
Yeah.
I remember on tour one time he would try to get me stoned all the time. Like, here, have a puff of this, or just blow the smoke my way, and then I threw his shoe out the window, and we didn't stop, so he skated the demo in bare feet, and he skated the demo better than all of us with bare feet.
Epic.
It was insane.
So good. I know. I've seen him do some of the most insane tricks bare feet, and it's just like, what?
Insane.
Like, what the fuck?
I remember hearing that when Shambhala started, you guys built a mini ramp right on the river. Do you have any awesome stories from that era?
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Do I have?
Yes.
Yeah, there was an old skate ramp that was there. Okay, I'll try to make.
Was it by the beach stage, or was it?
Yeah. Is that the beach stage? Okay, I'm gonna try.
Not by the hippie section, right?
I'm gonna try and make this as streamlined as possible. So, there was an old 4-foot ramp that was there before. I had gone to that party and been like, this is fucking rad for several reasons that I'll get into later. But there was this owner of the Royal bar in Nelson. In that summer, I was working at the Rip and Giraffe, and buddy, totally gapping his name now, who owned it at the time, he came to us and was like, hey, do you want to build a ramp for our bar and have a contest in the bar? And I was like, that's a great idea. Of course we do. Can you pay for it all? And he was like, hell yeah. And I'm like, that's great.
Wait, like Spirit Bar?
No, the Royal.
Oh, right.
That's Royal on Nelson.
That's insane. They had a skate contest in there?
Yeah. So I went in. So this is all I did. So I went in and I measured in between the two poles in the center. The two posts.
This is the tranny.
And I was like, "There's 15 feet here." So obviously, we need a 15-foot wide mini ramp. It's like, who builds a 15-foot wide mini ramp?
Because then,
like, everyone built 12s, 14s,
you wasted
16s.
a lot of money on that lumber.
Yeah, and then I told him, I was like, well, we need it to go in and out.
We need a 12
because this is an annual, so we need 1-inch templates. What?
Wow.
1 inch. And he was like, okay.
What?
So
Jesus.
1-inch plywood.
Is there any photo of that?
Templates.
1-inch plywood.
Yeah, 1-inch plywood templates.
I guess it would hold. Yeah, I guess.
Because
yeah,
we
I
were
guess
like so I was making it in sections.
Because normally we use like 3/4.
3 5-foot sections. It was a 5-foot with a 6-foot.
Heavy ramps. Heavy
ramps. We built it in my yard up at Houston and Hall. All took us like a month or two, and then I remember coming down the day of, and everyone's like, "Oh, so stoked about this event we're doing at the Royal." And then
where do people party? Because the ramp's so big too, right?
Yeah, well, for sure. And then I got down there, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, I forgot to measure the door that we have to break.
Isn't it a double though? Is it a French?
I just thought it was, but it wasn't.
Oh, it isn't. I know it.
No. But the door beside to the squash club or whatever.
Oh, like to the left.
The racket club?
Yeah.
So that was a double, and then it went in and it just...
So you curved the quarterback,
literally, like, we were like, oh, we're hung up, and I had to zip off
some of the quarter pipe? Yeah.
Like about 2 inches.
So you did the 2 quarter pipes in the flat, separate?
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus.
No, so it was 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and then 3 flat sections.
Jesus.
Okay, so anyway, fast forward, Shambhala. That was my ticket into Shambhala for years.
So that's how you got into Shambhala.
Yeah, because I was
That's
like,
pretty
I
funny.
got a fucking skate ramp for you motherfuckers.
Well, because I heard that ramp was so gnarly before. It had like holes in it and shit, the old one.
Yeah, the old one was brutal. And then so we brought in that 5 foot, 6 foot one. And just, okay, so to revert back to the one good question, and you guys can edit this shit out.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm rambling.
I know. No, this is it, man. It's fucking awesome.
But
this is history.
So the first year that we brought that up, we brought in the 5 foot, 6 foot into the beach there. They had the old 4 foot over here. And Shambhala back then, I'm thinking 5,000 people. Maybe
What year
4,000.
are you thinking there? Like 4th year, 5th year?
I want to say, okay, I was still broke, so I want to say like 03, maybe.
That's amazing.
04-ish.
I had no idea. Well, I did know about the Kootenays at that time, but I didn't know what Shambhala was at that time.
Yeah, and it was cool. It was a cool party back then for sure. I mean, it still is. It's amazing. It's just like it's huge now, but there was probably 4,000 or 5,000 people there, and we had set up this ramp right on the beach there, and there was the old one that somebody was kind of taking care of, and then there would be these like little like thunder showers that come in, right? And it was just like and like Kootenays style. Like,
And this is not. You didn't have skate light back then.
Oh, God.
You had like fucking real
Totally.
masonite and bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so just like hammering down rain, afternoon, everyone just kind of like fleeing from the beach to go and like set up in their camps or whatever. And then we did the same, me and Josh and Brooke and Anna, and we were just like sitting in my camp forever. And then like as in Kootenay styles, as soon as the actual like storm sits in, just as quick, I should say, as the storm sits in, it dissipates, and then all of a sudden it's like sun. It's like beating sun, like hot. And then we get out of our tent and we're close to the beach, and we roll over there with our skateboards, and there's nobody on the beach, but there's like 5,000 people there at least, way back, and then all of a sudden this like reggae band starts playing.
What?
It's like a live reggae band. And it's just like no one there, but everyone's there. And then me and Josh just like get up on the fucking ramp, and it dries up and it's hot, and we're just like skating.
So it's like
we're
Rastafarian.
and we just like can't
fucking...
miss. Like it's like I was like grinding everything, and he was like doing frontside flips like on my face, like here, and it was just like nobody could miss. And we were just
That's
rolling,
amazing.
and it was just like everyone was there, but no one was there.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's fucking cool.
So anyway, that's one of my best.
That's cool. I wish I got to skate that ramp because I heard about it. Like I heard about your ramp that you brought in, not even the first one.
Yeah.
Because that thing just broke down over the years.
Yeah. Well, eventually we took the remnants of the 4 foot and the 5 foot, 6 foot, and put them all together, and then put them in the.
I heard it went to the hippie zone, the back zone.
Yeah, but before we put it in the pit there, which is now Stu's spot,
Okay.
the amphitheater.
Sweet.
And it used to be called the like rock pit.
Right.
And we put the both ramps together, and it was this 5 to 4 to 6 foot, like 25 foot.
So would people just fucking die though? Like they didn't know how to skate and they thought they could skate high on drugs?
I mean, which was that? There was the whole juxtaposition of it. It's like
That's what I'm saying.
There was definitely like 10 of us who were like, "Yes, this is the best."
But then there's be like, "Give me that
best ramp
board."
to skate ever. And then, but then it was like, it's actually a pretty good place to dance too.
On the ramp.
flat
Oh, did you do your white? What was it again? What's his nickname? White
Junior wave.
Junior wave. Did you do a junior wave?
White wave.
White wave. That's in my head. I keep thinking white man can't jump, but white man can't spin. But you got it.
That's awesome. That's really good.
What is a really funny story you can share about you and the boys and Josh all getting up to shenanigans? Not at Shambhala. It could be anywhere, really. But I know there's some fucking crazy stories.
Oh my god. Getting up to shenanigans. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I did hear this one time, this one story that you guys were at a party, and then you decided you're just going to go to Mexico, and you all drove to Kelowna and straight to the airport.
Yeah. Okay, just for the record, it's like, actually, that wasn't me. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus there at all.
Okay.
But I know, I was like, really, boys? You guys are doing that? Oh my goodness.
Oh, you were saying you weren't a part of that.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was in.
Okay.
I was just outside of that.
I was saying.
I actually wish I did. Because
like
it sounded like such a good one, and then by the time they got to the airport,
where they just went to sleep.
Well, no, and it turned out the server was just like, whoa.
You guys aren't getting on the plane.
You guys made a bad mistake, didn't you? She called them all out for it.
And just couldn't fly?
Well, they were fucking high as fuck, and then just low as fuck. And
okay,
they hit the airport bar, and then the girl just called it on them. They were like,
"You're not getting on this plane."
She's like, "You guys are not." Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you and Josh open Black Russian Skate Shop in Castlegar, or did Josh start the shop and then you took over after he passed away?
No, yeah. So we opened it together. It was, it was. I mean, that's what you do, when you're like local hero, local pro, local.
And there was no skate shop in
Castlegar. There's no skate shop in Castlegar,
yeah.
And it was like, I brought that to Josh, and I was like, that's what you do. It's like you crush it forever, and you're still gonna crush it, and you're like a legend always. But it's like, let's just do something at your place. And we first started it. We had a counter in the back of HTR.
I think that was the first time I ever saw it, and it was by Sushi Wood. Well, kind of by that bridge, the small bridge on that side. Yeah,
exactly. Like across the street from the Castle Theater.
Yeah.
And Sushi Wood or whatever. What was it called back then? It was this like legendary diner spot.
Oh, with the two awesome Asians.
And it was the jukebox thing. It was called like High.
I know. Oh yeah,
High Life or High.
I wanted it because they were selling all their booths and stuff after. Yeah. I was so stoked to go in there and get some.
That guy was. I mean, I think that guy was Chinese Mafia for sure.
Oh, for sure. They didn't care if people came in.
So anyway, our first skate counter was at HDR, and I wish I could give you the date. No idea. We were all quite lit.
There's some photos of that. I'm sure we can repost too.
Yeah, for sure. Which is cool. It was great. Justin gave us a opportunity to do that there, and that was rad. And we started actually screen printing some shirts down below too, because they had a silk screen thing, and we started screen printing some Black Russian shirts.
So that's like the first Black Russian shirts were made in that building.
Yep, totally. Downstairs.
That's cool.
Yep, and we did those like ourselves. But from what I really think, like when we first started the shop was when we had it up beside the car wash on the top of Sherbrooke Hill there.
Yeah,
across from where the cannabis place is.
I remember seeing footage and photos, and like what overall, what do you think the best memory from when you were in that place was, like being part of the Black Russian skate shop?
Gripping boards for kids.
That's awesome. And like there was
sick. I love that, and I love that like Max like hooked us up like quite well. I know. Whatever we were talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all good.
Yeah, whatever. Like, we had a fairly good deal with getting shop boards, and we had a really awesome
because you'd get them made
graphic
through
artist JP. Actually, his name, shout out JP.
Sweet.
He did these awesome graphics for our shop boards, and we had cheap boards, and it was like a hangout for us, and it wasn't like a big like money making thing. And it was just like when kids would come in and he's like destitute, like I broke my board,
like crying.
And I like work at Domino's or like I don't even know if we had a Domino's then. Actually.
Yeah, I don't think you did. You had a 2x1.
Yeah, kind of go. But anyway, he couldn't buy, and I was like, dude, whatever. I'm like, I'm just gonna set you up a board. Like I don't even I don't even care. We just got.
That's amazing.
So
you were just there for like the
that
youth.
Much anyway.
No.
Off each board, so it's like might as well just give this guy a board and just get it going. And then, but sure enough, all those kids would always come back and be like, "Here's that $20."
Awesome.
Like,
that's amazing. Like they were loyal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's just like I don't know. That was always my favorite part was setting up decks, but also the The events.
Yeah, didn't you have like, I remember seeing a photo, Mia had our art show, and then the Drunk Uncle played at the same time that same night inside the shop or something. I remember, I gotta find that photo because I know it's somewhere. I remember seeing a photo of that.
Oh yeah. That was a fucking great night. That was amazing. That's actually one of the, like, it's too bad because like I've lost Josh and Droopy, and that one photo that I have with both of them,
they're in there.
They are so alive, and I am so dead. Like, have you seen that photo?
No.
Dude, we got it. We'll put it up right here.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
And you're like this?
It's like, no. Both of them are like, yeah. Like, so stoked.
And you're like
so
sleeping?
Stoked. And they're like hanging me up. And like, I'm pretty sure you can see my pubes. And like, I am fucking destitute. And they're like, we have you, my friend.
Like, okay, that's awesome. I didn't understand what you meant by that, but that makes more sense now. When I see the photo, I'll totally understand.
We gotta put it up, like, right.
Oh yeah, we'll find it for sure.
Dang.
What's your favorite skate park in the Kootenay area?
Slocan City.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's so fun. You know what's a cool fact about Slocan City too is that the people who are building it there. Why I think it works so well is that there is not a lot of flat bottom. It's like every wall leads to a next wall.
Well, Moncaster built it. That's what's cool about it too. Like,
totally.
And he lives here too, which is right.
Exactly. And he was telling me that when they did it, they were looking at it and they were like,
Him and Lucas.
let's just shorten up the flat bottom.
Yeah, they just sink it a little bit, but it made it so fucking perfectly fast.
It did, and kudos to, and that's just like what's so rad about skate park building now. Like, I saw that whole series of like late 90s, early 2000s skate parks being built, and it was just like, oh,
banks and ledges, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But also, here's like a design, and like sell it to your local contractor, and the local contractor built it, and it was just like, what the fuck?
Ours had to be rebuilt this last month in White Rock because ex-cons were paid to do it, and we had to stop them because it was literally the city was like, yeah, we're gonna pay these guys $20 an hour or less, and they were just doing banks. There's no transition.
Yeah,
they don't understand that.
Yeah, you need skateboarders. You need skateboarders to build skateboard parks, and that's what's so rad now is that all the skateboard, everyone who's building skate parks now are
fucking skateboarders. Yeah,
which is fucking awesome.
Like, transition, huge, man.
Be,
it's massive.
Like that's the way it should be.
In the winter, Nelson Indoor or Salmo Bowl? That's a tough one, eh?
Man, if we go back to this,
not 12 years ago. Don't worry, we're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull
that out. If we could go back to that era, then definitely the garage. That's garage era, Nelson.
Is that a good angle?
But holy shit, Salmo built a great skate park. But also, the Nelson Indoor, that mini ramp's bomber.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's fucking buttery. And Andy's the man. I fucking love you, Andy. He built that shit, so it's fucking dope.
This is your 12th year putting on the Backyard Bowl Bash in memory of Josh Evin in the Slocan Park. What was the first year you hosted it?
Oh, man. That's funny to even say, like, first year I hosted it, because it was like we just all kind of like
came together, and
it was definitely Tia was a huge catalyst of it all. So shout out Tia a lot. That first year was epic because it was like I like what we've done now and how we've all come together and realized how it's gonna be a thing. But like that first year was so intense. It was like, when we're shutting down this year, we put a half quart of wood on and fired it up, and we were like going to do. We were doing battle with the White Walkers.
We had tiki torches around the bowl.
Oh yeah.
We had no generator lights.
Mist set in.
We ate a bunch of mushrooms, and then we'd put fireworks taped to the bottom of our board.
That was crazy.
I'd get naked, go in the bowl, skate around. It's just like the rules were different back then, but it is nicer now that everyone can just party back at the campsite and not, because it was intense to fucking move.
Well, you gotta just think of longevity.
For sure.
So I just want to keep going forever. It's like, yeah, I love no rules, and that's what it's all about, is no rules. But let's just try to like duck and weave in between the rules, and like just find our little spot.
Yeah, no, I agree. Cheers to ducking and weaving. What's been your favorite year from all the bashes?
Oh man. You know, you talk about that, like, first year was pretty sick.
The lightning and the fucking...
That was insane. And everything. Yeah. I also have these, like, vivid memories about one of my first dogs. Actually, my first dog I had with my ex, Katoot.
That dog rolled.
Yeah, it was before she had her little accident with her Katoot boots. And she was just into shredding in the bowl.
Yeah, she'd come right into the bowl. And
she was just into it. Like, she would just, like, knew the session was on.
And get so
And she would run around, and she would dip into the 4 foot, and then, like, dip in to the 8 foot. And I have this vivid memory. Hopkins was there those first couple of years. Like, our shredding.
Should he come this year?
So, well, yeah, if he can. But I know there's a lot going on. So.
Just tell him to fucking come and he'll come.
Hopkins, you should come. I know there's a lot going on, but like I remember so vividly having you there those first couple of years, and you were trying 540s in the deep end, in this lit up deep end, and you were trying them over and over again, and everyone was getting so into it. And my dog Katoot, she just like ran into the 4 foot and up over the cheddar wedge, and then up onto the 6 foot, and kind of wagged a little bit as you were going to the deep end, hucking a 540, and she was like, "Yep, I'm gonna drop in on you."
And you guys gotta understand, her fucking back legs. It was an accident, and both of her Achilles tendons got cut snowboarding.
Yeah. Well, that was pre though.
Okay.
That was before her.
So it was just okay.
Yeah, that was when she was still running.
Okay.
That was when she
so
was
crazy though.
But she did. She got hucked down.
And he landed it on that one?
No.
She was just so stoked, and she's like, "Fuck it."
She dropped in on him, and he was like, skateboard. They both ran out together.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you like to give any shout outs?
Yes. Well, first and foremost, like, dude, look what you did here.
No, the next question is,
look what you did. Look what you did.
I don't. Whatever. Everybody fucking help. This isn't just me, man.
Okay.
This is not just me. This is like so many people came together to make this happen.
I know, but look what you did. It's fucking sick.
Thank you.
So props.
Thank you.
So huge shout out.
Thank
first
you.
off,
Thank you.
Alien Driftopia, because yeah, everyone helped, but it's a driving force, dude.
I know.
It takes a lot to be.
You gotta keep filling the gas for sure.
And shout outs. Yeah, well, Talus.
Oh, fucking definitely.
Love Talus.
Your cat.
Yeah, I know. I think Rosa's still living with the
She's
Cougars
up
there.
Yeah.
Totally.
She's
It's
doing
been a
some
couple
white
years, but
spins.
she's up there. She's like, maybe she's a white walker now.
white wave walker.
Yeah, dude. Like everybody, I don't know. The thing that we do up in Slocan isn't like. It's about Josh, but it's just about skateboarding. It's about all the fucking kids that skate.
Yeah.
Want to keep skating, and it's just rad to stoke them out, and it's cool that everybody keeps contributing. Like, thanks to Mike Strato, Advance Canada, for helping us out over all these years. It's like these kids are stoked. They just want to.
And you gotta understand.
Want a Vans bandana.
Like when I was younger, remember you would look forward to like like the contest or something.
Yeah.
Like that thing. That's what I'm saying, right?
Exactly. And it's like I love, and it's fun being like, it's weird to say in charge, but it's fun to be like able to organize this one where I'm like, you know what? It's like it's not a contest. I'm like every kid that's there, they just get something, and it's like you all rip.
You got to do something stupid like a Coca-Cola Wizard stick, but
exactly.
I mean that's
like what I said. It was like there's no. Like I told them last year, I was like, there's no winners here. I was like, you guys all chose this useless wooden toy.
Exactly.
You're all losers.
We're all
every single
losers.
one of you. Come on up. Yeah.
There he is.
Are.
Start and the end.
Yeah.
She knows. She's like, don't look at me. What do you like about Driftopia, and is there anything you'd love to see in the future?
Oh, man. What do I like about Driftopia? Dude.
What are we missing?
So this is... Okay. I always say this, and I gotta talk about this. It's like, when you first moved here, you were like, man, I'm gonna start a woodworking company, and I'm gonna build a bowl.
Well, like when I was living in the bus?
Yeah. You're like...
And behind Josh's house.
Yeah.
You're like,
heart-shaped bowl.
You're like, you don't even have a house.
And I was like, have you ever done any woodworking? No.
Nope.
Have you ever done? Boom, he does it all. So that's what I love about fucking Driftopia is that you just like did that. You just did this shit.
But like
you just did it all. That's fucking rad.
But like I didn't know anything about chimneys. I remember when you came over and helped me install the chimney in the bowling alley.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
For sure, and it just takes everybody. But it's like you have the wherewithal, the foresight, the
What would you like to see though? Like if we could build anything more. Doesn't have to be skateboard orientated. It could be like I've said in the past, a dunk tank. We could do like a. I haven't shown you the hammock yet.
I would like, and I know that we've talked about this before, but like up over where that full pipe is, if it's just like some kind of like single lane like pump track,
like a snake run through the forest
into the
where the taco is, like to the doorway.
Exactly.
I think we can make that happen.
Exactly. Like a pump track into the other side of the taco.
Yeah, well, like to make it skatable as a spine.
Yeah, exactly. Or into the love bowl, like just some kind of pump track.
Because didn't you actually talking about the taco? You had the longest grind so far I've seen front side as somebody regular going up, but there was that one time you fucking smashed and hit your chin.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think
I have the footage of that. We could try to find that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got
your land.
I was like. I thought I fucking actually cracked my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those things like, oh, I've done this before. And then it was like, oh, right. Skateboard owes you nothing.
It owes you a rock in the fucking face.
Exactly. It's fucking just like a fucking what's the Jake Phelps.
It owes you a wheel bite in the rain.
Fucking
Jake Phelps right there.
Yeah, fucking it.
To Jake Phelps. Okay, man.
Skateboarding.
I love you, Nato.
Love you too. Thank you.
I love you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Alien. I feel like this is. I'm glad you came here. Like you came here right after Josh died, man.
Yeah.
And you.
It was a weird.
You made it better.
Everybody was very, very fucking bummed, and I was like, no. I want to like bring something different to make everyone stoked again. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You made it better, so thank you.
Thanks to everyone for watching. If you can subscribe and like, and if you want to mail anything in that's funny, random gifts or questions, I can put it up on the wall too. Yeah, I love you. And
like and subscribe.
Touch the titties. Love you guys. Bye.